If you're trying to become a software engineer, let me save you years of pain and frustration. You can become a software engineer without a degree, but there are 6 essential skills that you need to master in order to build solid foundations and become a strong software engineer without risking of plateauing. I see plenty of software engineers reaching plateau after 2-3 years of experience because they struggle to understand how to move forward. So don't make this mistake. Learn exactly what you need to do to build super solid foundations. Otherwise, don't do it. Hello everyone. Hopefully I didn't scare you with the intro, but I'm serious when I talk about these things because I see lots of professionals being in a position that is of extreme discomfort and pain most of the time. So what I'm trying to do is to give advice to people that are starting a career in software engineering, understanding what that means and how they can be successful. If you're new, I'm Anto. I'm a software engineer with almost 2 decades of experience. I have been individual contributor, managed teams. Now I'm managing multiple teams, and on this channel I talk about a little bit of software engineering, but a lot about a career of software engineers and most of the problems that I encounter or I have encountered and the solutions to them. So if you are interested in this type of topics, consider subscribing. Cool. Okay, so what are the 6 topics that we are talking about? I'm gonna give you the list as a TLDR, so if you want to skip, you can skip, but I'm gonna also talk in details about each one of them, why they are important. So the list is algorithm and data structure, programming languages, operating systems, computer networks, distributed systems, and databases. So the first skill, and I will probably call them exams, but again, you don't need to have a degree in order to be a software engineer, as long as you do your homework, you do your stuff, you do your learning. There are plenty of resources and I will mention some of them as well. So first of all, algorithm and data structures is a fundamental. You need to understand what are the data structures you need to use in some conditions, in some situations, otherwise your code will not work. Will work in your test, in your single user example, but then it will crumble when you deploy to production. That's step number 1. The second skill is programming languages. Learning 1-2 programming languages in detail. Go very deep with those. And when I say programming languages, think about the programming language that has been around for years and is used for big systems. So you can start with C. C will give you a really good foundations. And if you look at the book of C, it's few pages, 100 something pages. So it's not that scary. It's complex as language. It is very low level, but it will give you lots of building blocks in your brain to progress with other languages. Then what I would do is something like C++, Java, Golang, if you want to touch something a little bit more modern, Rust. Just focus on a couple of programming languages and go deep with them. So don't just learn how to create a function, but learn how to create threads, how to manage multiple processes, how to do more complex things. This will pay back even if it's going to be very painful. That's guaranteed. So number 3 is operating systems. This is one of the things I love the most when I learned how operating systems work. And there are a number of concepts that will reoccur in your career. So how a scheduler works, you will find similar things in other components that you're going to use in Kubernetes, for example, or other tools. I don't want to mention too many tools now because probably I will confuse you. Understanding operating system will also give you the tools to understand how to optimize performance in your application. So that's why you should focus on that as well. So number 4 now is computer networks. Computer networks is essential. As you can imagine, every computer is connected to the internet. You need to understand how the internet works, how the communication between computers within computer systems works. So understanding the actual underlying network and the protocols built on that network is absolutely essential. You cannot progress without that. And I see many senior developers having this gap. And when they have a gap like this, they are stuck in their career. They won't be able to make progress and they will make very silly mistakes that most of the time will be extremely embarrassing. So make sure you have a solid understanding of these things. So number 5 are distributed systems. I think distributed system gave me a different perspective on software engineering. They made me think outside of the box. Before I was constantly focusing on my application structure, but then when you have to distribute your application on multiple machines, a new set of problems will arise and you need to, it's mind opening as a topic. So that's why I think most of the time you don't have to apply those concepts, but they will come back to you useful, especially if you're doing things like what I'm doing at the moment, which is platform engineering, where I have to consider for an application that is distributed across multiple machines, consider a number of things. Everything that I mentioned so far will come to you. And finally, the number 6 is databases. Any application that I know that is successful is storing data somewhere. And there are different technologies for databases, and there are some fundamentals for databases, like learning the language to interrogate a database, learn how to optimize the performance of a database, learning what is the complexity of designing databases, how to manage them, how to do backups. These are all concepts that you need to master in order to make progress in your career, because they will come back to you. If you don't know the basics, you will struggle. You will do work that is useless, and this is exactly what you want to avoid. So you may be thinking, oh, okay, but with AI, I can solve these problems. Think again, because most of the time AI can put you in bigger troubles. If you don't understand what AI is doing and AI is just replacing you, you are just killing your career. You're not making any progress. So, by the way, I made another video where I talk about AI and if it's still worth learning how to become a software engineer in 2025 with AI. And the video is up here, so if you want, just have a look. And another video you may find interesting is this one, where I talk about how I will learn to code in 2025. Thank you for watching, keep learning, keep building, see you soon, bye!